Hi, I want to go over with you the basic methodology for setting up the decomposition lab that you're going to be working on. In this lab, we're going to be comparing decomposition rates of chestnut oak leaves and white pine needles in detritus that is composed primarily of white pines or that composed primarily of chestnut oaks. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be setting up 4 leaf litter bags. 2 leaf litter bags are going to look like this, the large mesh size, and they're going to have chestnut oak leaves in them. 1 will be planted in a white pine forest and 1 will be planted in a chestnut oak forest. You will have 2 of these. These are smaller leaf litter bags. They're made of a smaller mesh, and obviously they're smaller because we're going to put the white pine needles in here so they won't fall away. So we're going to put white pine needles in here, and you're going to need 2 of these. 1 for the white pine forest and 1 for the chestnut oak forest. So in order to get your leaf material prepared, it has been drying for up to at least 7 days, and you are now here in lab trying to prepare it. So you are going to turn on your scale, and I'm going to have the scale come over here, and you want to make sure that your scale is reading in grams. Okay, you're going to place a weigh boat on your scale, and then you're going to hit the 0 button because you don't want to include the weight of the weigh boat along with your material. You're then going to add enough dried leaf litter material to reach 3 grams. So we can see that I'm at 2.79, not quite there. Okay, so I would add enough leaf litter to equal 3 grams. And then I would add this leaf litter. Turn it back to here. Let's assume it's 3 grams. I would add it carefully into my leaf litter bag. So I'm going to just add that very gently to the leaf litter bag. You want to make sure that you put these in very carefully so that they do not go through the holes. Okay, so you do that. It's very important that you don't lose leaf litter, as I just did there, when you put them in the bag, because the way we're going to look at decomposition rates is how much biomass is left. So we had 3 grams. I've written it down. We're going to look back in 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and see how much of this is left. So it's really important that we just didn't throw needles around after we had weighed it, because then that's false biomass loss. So after you've done this, you will then take a needle and some fishing line, and you're going to sew this up so all the ends are closed. Okay? And then you're going to take a piece of flagging, and you are going to write down your initials. So if this was me, this would be RG. And I would put white pine. And I would put pine forest. So I knew that this was supposed to be the white pine that goes into the white pine forest. And you'll notice that your leaf litter bags will have a ring on them. And so what ultimately you'll do is you will take that flagging, attach it to the ring, and so in 6 weeks, you will know that this is your bag, right? Because it's going to be sitting out in the environment for 6 weeks. So I showed you what we would do with the white pine. They go in the small mesh bags. The chestnut oaks go in the large mesh bags. Okay. So once again, I'm going to swing you around here. We're looking at the scale. We're still 0, right? Okay, good. So now what we're going to do, I wonder if I can make this work like this. Oh, it does. Look at that. All right. So what we're going to do is, you see here's my chestnut oak leaf. Well, we're going to cut off the petioles. The petioles are this little bit that hangs down here. We're going to cut those off. So all the petioles will be removed. We're not going to use them. And we're going to start to add chestnut oak leaves until once again we get to 3 grams. These oak leaves have been drying for the last 7 days. They were collected at my house, and I will be collecting chestnut oak leaves for you that you can use. You will be collecting the white pine leaves, and you can see we're getting kind of close. How about that big one? Oh, it's too much. So what I can do is I can cut part of that leaf. 3.14. Well, I could go with that, but I might want to be like really particular. All right, 3.09. So I'm going to write down 0.07 grams. All right, and then back here to me. Hi. What I'll do is I'm going to take that leaf material and I'm going to again very gently place it into my leaf litter bag. Remember, it's really important that you don't lose any material. And look how big that leaf is. You might want to actually cut them down so they're at least a little easier to manage. Okay, I've got them in here now. I'm going to stitch that up with the fishing line. I'm going to label it, my initials, the type of leaf that's in here, chestnut oak, and where it's going. Either the chestnut oak forest or the white pine forest. Okay? So, in total, you need to go through this process being very careful not to lose material after it's been weighed. You need to put them in the leaf litter bags. You need to stitch up the leaf litter bags. And you need to label them where they're going to go. In lab, we will plant the white pine bag and the chestnut oak bag that's going to go into the white pine forest, because that's right outside of Dana. I will take home your other bag, the white pine bag and the chestnut oak bag, and I will plant them in the forest predominated by chestnut oaks at my house. Okay, y'all. That's how you go through the basic lab process for setting up the decomposition lab. Have fun. See you soon.